That took ages to get to YouTube. Morning. That took ages to get to YouTube. Right, cool beans. Is there any mods? That's a big question. No. So apparently there's a lot of people screaming for mods right now, and they still haven't arrived. Game's been out probably, I don't know, a month, I've got to say. Over a month, right? Easy. So we've got this patch. Oh, that's what I wanted to put on the thing. Damn, fuck, shit, bollocks. Can I change the... Oh yeah, I did put new update. That's fine. Waffling to myself. Right, so we've got this this new update. So I don't know if we can... Can we get over there and have a look? So patch 2.0 is now live. Interact with the banner or check out what's going on. How do I get over there then? So yeah, that's the message of the day. It wouldn't be under codex, would it? No. So interact with the banner or check out the news. So yeah, so we've got the news here, and it says vehicles. It says patch 2 live, and apparently there's problems with it, which is really unusual for Sabre. To be fair, a versatile scout transporter photo mode, vehicle transporter support, engine on and off via handbrake, less rain, key fixes and technical improvements. So there's engine on and off and handbrake. That's cool. So we're still on sunken. It's a slow burn, this game is. Crikey. But I hope everyone is well. It's going to be a hot one today, I think. Okay, so what we're saying, we've got. So we've just taken out the. It's been a while. Have we got a scout out? Enter. So here is my pickup truck. Winch. I can't see no handbrake. Hang on a second. Of course there's a handbrake. The circle. What are they saying? So engine on and off via handbrake. Ah, how cool is that? I mean, I know that it's insubstantial. You know, what am I looking for? There's no point to it because. Okay, you know, I mean, it does help, doesn't it? Because leaving them all running didn't really make a lot of sense to me, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. So, can't really remember what we were doing. I mean, surprisingly, I thought I've done quite a lot, and it's saying there's still 18, I've only done 18%. So, all rewards have been received. Replace the pipes. Ah, was I doing that? I think I was replacing the pipes, maybe. There's a missing pipe. So have we got a mule? Let's have a quick look then. So, is that pipes there? So yeah, 2 brand new pipes here. So where was I heading around then? Maybe to... Oh yeah, I needed to get across there. That's right, I was putting all this bloody sand down. I remember. So we've got to jump in this one here, and so can we now turn all engines off? Oh, look at that. We can literally turn the engines off. At least that's something. Right. This is going to take quite a while, I reckon. As with all this game, you know, it's such a slow burn, isn't it? It's we'll see how the rain is as well. Christ, hold on a second. Where's this? Where is the sand? Bear with. Where's the salmon? Objectives, vehicles, map layers. There we go. Holy cow! Is the sand all the way back there? Crikey, that's such a long way around. Oh, it's got to be a better way around than that, surely. What about through there? Can I beat through there? Or maybe go up through there? Let's get to that broken pipe. Maybe. Let's bring that mule back. Oh, not that one. Hold on. So it's probably that one. Right. That's the old pipe. That's okay. Right, so we kind of need to just check this a second. Over the bridge. And I'm thinking I want to kind of, I don't know how deep that's going to be, but we'll give it a go. So we want to sort of head there. Oh, that's new. No, not low, just need... Okay, here comes the rain, so we'll be looking out to see how often it rains. The next thing I'd like to see them add is, well, I've got these lights, but they're like candles in the dark, really. So, trying to get a bit steady. Look how that water's gone, like, it's, I noticed this before, it's square. Like, how square is that water? It's very unlike Sabre, isn't it? Right, I remember, this is bloody deep up through here. Can we nip left? Crikey, they said it was going to be less rain. I've never seen it rain so much. Or so hard. Right, if I recall, I think that's pretty... So I think we'll knock that engine off and we'll grab... See, there's the sand quarry. Not left it running. So we'll continue... Okay, take a right. Just check. Ah, no, so we've got to go almost back on ourselves. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, I'm hoping that we can pick up the sand from here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, they've changed that as well. It's not quite so falling out the sky like with that really hard. They've made it a bit softer. I wonder what the player count is on this game. Because I mean, I think I've put it down for. I don't think I've picked it up in 2 weeks. So we can kind of see our tracks where we come in, so I can just follow that back. That's kind of cool. I've got to use a waypoint. So I reckon it must be right here. Yeah, that's it there. So it wasn't too bad going to get the sand. Still raining. Jeez. So I don't know if we should do this backwards or forwards. I guess here, maybe. So is that need? Not really. I think this is going to be deep, see? Okay, might have to bring the bulldozer down, I think. Where's that to? Got one here. I think I've got a couple actually. So that's... Okay, let me take a look. So that, where are we working right now? Here. That's the field service vehicle, isn't it? Yeah, might be worth... Oh god, how do I park that? Bloody hell. Yep, that's not very good parking. And this is why you should reverse park. Come on, early cam. Okay. Yeah, so we need to bring it here as well. We're working, I think. So turn left. And up to T-junction, then turn left maybe. I'll have a drink of tea. Oh, I do wish my phone wouldn't. I'll have to get my laptop in a minute. Okay, let's just check this a sec. So kind of straight over and take a right. Okay, that might help us a little bit. I mean, we've only got, what, 3? Right, back now. So I'm going to have a drink of tea a sec. Okay, I should park this here, I think. God, I'm making right 2 and 8 of this. That's better. Right, cool. Stop. Okay, perfect. So, what do we need to do now? We need to bring over the dozer now. Nope, that's the wrong one. And vehicle, and I think we will recover this one. To buy a couple of these, to be fair, I think got to make life easier. So perfect. Okay, so get this started up. Might need to move the dump truck. We're going to have to get another load anyway. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Okay, we will. Now we'll see how that goes through the water. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, not that is deep. That's deep there. Okay, so we'll swap over to our okay, now I need to grab some sand, which is quite a long way away, won't lie. So I might make a path. Go on, up you go. You're a track vehicle, you'll be fine. Cool, it's going to be a hot one today. Right, where were we? Yeah, sorry, fat cat. What's upstairs? You're right. Yeah. Just a live stream of this running. Just just an hour live stream of this this poor truck running in the heat. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm just jumping on and yeah, doing a little bit. I want to, you've got to try and get your hours up, haven't you? So like a little live stream here and there. But boy, is it hot. Whoops, suspicious. Yeah, I wanted that sound there. I've got so many videos of yours to watch at the moment. I've got Sean's to watch. I haven't really been on YouTube. I put my phone down the last couple of days and been going on walks and things like that, But I hope you're well. Got a little bit of sand in there. Come on, have it. So they're saying that the they've let me read it out, the update. It says that they've now added a switch off engine, which is quite cool. So I'll show you that in a second. And they've taken the rain out. Well, not taken the rain out, but it's not so much rain because it was always raining, wasn't it? So you know how cool Sabre is, right? Let me move this mule a minute. I was down here. Look at that straight line of water. Can you see that? It's just there on the right. Literally like I've never seen that in the Sabre games. There's literally like a straight line of water. In fact, there's even a right. If I move that mule truck a second. Are you streaming later? I thought I'd jump on because I know that the the fat cat himself will be streaming probably at 11 o'clock. And I thought, I've got a bit of time. I've got someone coming around at 12. But yeah, look at that. I've never seen that in a Sabre game. Look at that straight bit of water. See that? It's literally like a whole 90-degree fragment of water. It looks really weird. I noticed it a couple of weeks ago when I was playing. Like, I've not picked this game up in ages. Like, at least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But yeah, I've never seen... You're not sure if you're streaming later. Oh, fair play. So, what you can do now, and it's kind of like, I want to say insignificant. So if you hold down circle, which is the handbrake, you can turn the engine off. But we've still got one running, I think. Hold on. Which one did I leave running? This one here. So with all vehicles now, just hold down circle and turn the engine off, and you can have peace and quiet, which is quite cool. It's one of the annoyances, but the thing is, it's a little bit pointless, because you typically do that on SnowRunner all the time. You turn the engine off because you are preserving fuel, you know. But there's little to no point, apart from, you know, the little immersion would be that you would turn the truck off. But because there's no fuel, it doesn't really give you any benefit apart from, yeah, I don't know, and the rain. So we shall see. But I hope you are. I think I'm only going to be on for maybe another half an hour, not long. But like I said, I sort of, you know, I'm aware that I need to get my watch hours up on YouTube anyway, so, you know, I shall always do these little live streams, you know. But I've never seen the water sort of be like that. That's really quite glaring, isn't it? But do you say you're not sure if you're streaming at 11? Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, it's not as hot now because it's 9:45. Peace and quiet, look at that. Turn it all off. So what do we need now? We need the dozen. So yes, I'm only on for a little bit. But apparently, this update, I was reading on Reddit, that loads of people were having problem with some of the trucks, like the Zeek. I haven't brought the Zeek down yet, so I've not used it. But apparently, it will be, where's vehicles? I'm sure my Zeek is out. It's here. Enter vehicle. So, oh, that's fallen off. That shouldn't have fallen off like that. I didn't leave it like that, I can tell you. Shit. How am I going to make sure that they don't fall off now? Let's back that round and then do that. That's what we need to do. Yes, apparently there's problems with this Zeek, that it flips up in the air and all kinds of things, but we'll just reload those back up, because they normally live on there. That's my tarmac crew. So, so I guess turning the engine off does make a bit of a difference. It just doesn't have a lot of consequence, you know? Yeah, I've never seen that water either. But no, I have got a lot of your videos to catch up on, to be fair. But, I quite enjoy, I've been playing that Death Stranding. It's pretty good, I've got to say. I'm sort of, you know, because I've had the game bloody, what, years now, and apologies not pre-ordering Ready or Not, money is tight, good at the end of the month, so don't worry. That's all good. I think, you know, it's one of those, isn't it, Fat Cat? I mean, you know, I can't afford everything right now, you know. I actually dipped into some of my savings just to get Ready or Not, and that's purely because, like, I wanted it to cover it on the channel, you know. So, but I can't, you know, I couldn't. That's another reason, a small reason, but another reason why I wanted to niche down on my channel is because I can't keep up with the money, like, you know, unless you're sort of being given keys and stuff, but, you know, so I yeah, it's an expensive game, you know, running a channel. And Ready or Not was, you know, obviously in tune with Tactical Thursday that I do. So, you know, I have picked it up. But, you know, look, the thing is, though, Fat Cat, it might be, you know, who knows what it's going to be like on console. It's being ported over from the PC. It might take a month to iron out some of the bugs. I mean, I don't know, but if it comes out the 15th and you say you may get it on the end of the month. You know, I guess it's sort of like, you know, is there any other games that you've got on your horizon? Of course, I did see, and I'm really looking forward to, is Tales of the Shire. I don't know if that's going to be what. It's probably going to be 20 quid. Again, you know, see, I'm actually, with Tales of the Shire, I'm going to be waiting for you to cover it on your cozy game before I buy it, just because it's another £20, you know, and I don't feel like I want to get that on launch. I'll just, you know, play it a bit smart, you know, and I think you have to. Where's our dozer? Good morning, Keys. I hope you are. Yeah, so you know, sometimes you can just box a bit clever and sort of think, well, that's okay. You know, I don't need to get everything on launch, and it's going to be on Cozy Cat Tells a Shire. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, and I'm going to literally sit back on that, and you know, and see your playthrough and make my decision whether I want to put money on it, because I hear through the grapevine that, you know, it's been delayed because I don't think it was quite up to scratch, you know. So yeah, I guess we'll see. So with this new update then, so you can now turn the engines off and the rain is not as bad. And I reckon, see what you guys think, right? You know when you refill the sand, it used to be like a really hard line. I reckon they've made this softer. Take a look at this. That looks more dusty to me, rather than quite hard. Because before it used to fall from the sky, didn't it? And now it's sort of a bit more subtle, I want to say. So they are working on this game, but I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I was talking to myself, to be honest, but this game is such a slow burn. Like it's it's such a, you know, I reckon I've been 2 or 3 weeks without playing this game now. I mean, it's been on my system, and it's due to come around on my truck. Well, is it a trucking game? Probably not. It sort of falls very loosely in the truck genre. Which is why I've got it on the channel, but I just don't. It doesn't have the, for me, you know, the word zen. It doesn't have that zen factor. It feels more chores, you know, like it's more of a chore. What am I stuck on there? So this is why what are we stuck on? Are we on a rock or something? Right, let's catch up with some chat. What's my role in Ready or Not, boss? Keys, going to be fun, isn't it? You know, we're just talking about it actually. Fat Cat was saying that, you know, he's going to pick it up at the end of the month. I guess it's just going to be like, we'll roll into it and, you know, we'll figure it out. We're going to need... So from what I understand, I don't know if this is true, but in the single player... Just give me 1 second. So I think in a single player you have two. I mean, Duality knows more about all this, really. You have 2 fire teams. So I guess you would typically have one fire team on the back door and one fire team on the front door, which is kind of what I do in Ghost Recon. And then obviously the scenario, but I think we'll have it finished by the end of the month. Do you know, I was looking at some of the cosmetics keys on the on like tattoos and stuff like that. You've got to get like S rating. You've got to get S ratings, you know, through single player campaigns. So there's a reason there's a reason to play single player, but also, and I'm not sure if this is coming to console. Sorry, I was taking a drink. But also they're saying that there's you know how you got mods on this game, like the mod IO. That's also on Ready or Not. So there's going to be mods on Ready or Not, which is going to be interesting. Yes, King. Well, I think Ready or Not. I've been looking at footage. It's going to be solid. Like it, you know, it's yeah, it's going to be really. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got to say. So Fat Cat wants to do rifles long distance. I don't know if you can do sniping or long distance on Ready or Not, because it's sort of like breaching buildings and stuff. I'm not sure. I may be wrong, but yeah, it'll be if they have mods, I think it'll be interesting. But again, you know, I've sort of watched a bit on it. Mods would be very good on console. I doubt limited, maybe. Yeah, and also you never know whether mods are gonna negate the trophies, maybe. So I don't know. I really don't know. But you know, I think multiplayer is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm sure it will go south, of course. You know, it's bound to go south, isn't it? Only S on DS2, lol. I don't. You know, I think you got to get the S rating to unlock a lot of the sort of unlock a lot of the stuff. So, you know, I'm sure we'll get S ratings. We'll be fine. But I think you also got to do it on the hardest difficulty as well to unlock some of the. You know, it looks to be good. I think, you know, and I'm hoping that you know, it goes on to be supported with maybe some DLC and, you know, yeah, I think so. It comes out on Tuesday, doesn't it? I saw it still has Gone in it. I saw some gore. Sorry, gore. It's still got gore in it. Yeah, I mean, some of the subjects on it actually look pretty gritty, don't they? I did see some of the topics about you go into this one house where there's child stuff, like photos and that, and apparently that's been changed now to it's not called child, it's just called like evidence or something like that, you know. So I think they've had to tone this game down for the console market, but you know, we're desperate for a game like that on you know, on console. We haven't got anything like it on console, so it should be really cool, I think. Yeah, it was supposed to be a dark game anyway. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I was listening to one guy talk about it. He said, look, you know, this is real world topics. Shit like this goes on in the world, you know, and we're not glorifying it. We're just saying that, you know, this is real world stuff, and that's how they made their game. And there was one guy talking about it, and he said he's never played a shooting game that's affected him so much that when he goes in to go and take down these guys or hunting these guys, it feels personal. Like it feels stressful because obviously you want to go in and get him, and you know. So I think it's going to bring a level of what word am I looking for? Intensity. And I think that's only, you know. Oh, I got stuck here last time. You know, that intensity comes from it being real. You know, so. You know, if these console bodies like the PEGI or ESB, whatever they were called, are really bothered about it, we'll make it a 21 rating then. you know. But see, the trouble is, we all know. I keep dropping bloody sand there. We all know that Call of Duty is pretty gritty. Like, Call of Duty is pretty rough, like pretty violent. But there's kids like 10, 11, 12 playing it. And, you know, it's those that they should crack down on. You know, it's that side of the market that should be cracked down. If you've got like moderators, maybe. Of course, they did do something, didn't they, in the chat? Like if you were talking, profanity and stuff like that. See, profanity in chat rooms or lobbies, voice lobbies. You know, people saying fuck, shit, bollocks, cunt, that sort of thing, right? That's an adult world. Like, you cannot restrict people from saying see you next Tuesday if it's an over 18 game. Like, you know, but they're trying to bring these rules in. So kids don't have to listen to profanity. Well, they shouldn't be playing it in the fucking first place. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's very difficult. I think, you know, my nephew, right? My nephew's 14. Now, we all know at 14, if you weren't allowed to watch a horror, you'd probably go around your friends and watch it, right? But 14 is an age of discovery and, you know, and rebellion anyway. 14, 15, 16, right? The problem is when you've got 12-year-olds playing it, you know. And so I think it's more about how they regulate, you know, those kids playing these adult games. That's what they need to sort of think about. Not oh, you know, these 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds can't play this game because we are a PG, you know, fuck off. Like, do you know what I mean? There's loads of chat, but yeah, correct, exactly, yeah, this is what I wanted, but Sony have other plans. I think there's more to it than Sony saying no. Why are the kids playing when they shouldn't? Exactly, parents' fault. Exactly, like, my brother is really strict, like, you know, he won't even allow the kids to play gun games, like, they're not allowed to play gun games. I personally, if I had a 14-year-old, I would rather educate that 14-year-old and I'd rather supervise Grand Theft Auto and all this stuff. I'd rather supervise that than I hope my brother's not watching. Than say, no, you. What's that noise? It's on the road and shipping dinosaurs across the way outside the quarry. Yes, I think it comes down to if you're going to have kids, like you got to get involved and educate them in games and stuff, you know. But the thing is, one of the biggest problems is the fact that, you know, when I was 14, you know, we had Mortal Kombat, pulling spines out and all the rest of it. But the graphics weren't that good. Like, the graphics it was still like, oh my god, that's terrible, like, you know. But, you know, the graphics weren't that bad. And now the graphics are really good, so the games are really quite graphic and quite violent. So, you know, they're in a catch-22 of how to kind of deal with this situation. You know, maybe, you know, games of extreme violence. Oh, it's such a bloody. The trouble is, you enforce all these rules, like, all right, you know, if you wanna buy a violent game, then you've got to show your ID or something like that, right? But it's just like, I don't know, it's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to be regulatory, and it's going to be, you know, and the problem with that is the fact it's like, you lose, like, there's, I'll get on my little soapbox in a minute, but what I'm trying to say is that you become a dictatorial world. You know, you lose your sort of freedom, if you like, because, oh, you want to do that, oh, well, you've got to do this. Oh, you want to do that, oh yeah, well, you can't do that because um, you know, it's like, if you heard about, I don't want to talk politics, can't talk politics. Have you heard about this Brit card? BRIT, Brit card. Um, and it's literally becoming like Labour want to bring it in, apparently. And it's, to do with like a credit score system. Like, fuck off. Like, some people, like, I grew up on a council estate, right? And my mum and dad didn't have a lot of money, and and I sort of, that's how my life, I've had some good jobs along the way, don't get me wrong, and I'm very lucky to have a PS5 and and all that, but this divide between this secretarial world and shit like that, it's just so I worry, let's bring it back to games. I worry that when they're toning games down because they're too real, it's like, oh well, only the rich can play that. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't become accessible because anyway, I'm waffling now, but there is kind of a point to what I'm saying. So I'm trying to get across, and I got to say, this track here is a bloody blessing. But I pick up for maybe an hour or two, and then I won't play it for 2 weeks or more because it's just such a chore. I think this is where we're going. That's where we're going, around that S bend. Yeah, just sort of coming around here, really. It's the blue butterflies. Yeah, definitely going to need. Good morning, Mr. Jamie. I was watching your American Truck Simulator video. That's so cool. Looks so amazing. So cool. But welcome in, Jamie. I hope you're well. But yeah, Fat Cat, let's leave it there. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what Ready or Not's like. But look, the important thing is coming to console. And we'll all get to have some fun with it. But it's going to be an interesting thing to watch on how games go in general, and that does affect Call of Duty. That's included in all of this because of how real and gritty it is. Thankfully, I don't play Call of Duty, but I will be getting Battlefield 6, which I'm quite looking forward to. 2026, I think. It'll be really. I think it's going back to Modern Warfare, which will be like back BF4. I'm not counting, not 2142. But yeah, we shall sort of see. COD sucks. Yeah, the trouble is with COD is that it's full of. This is a joke, isn't it? The trouble is with COD is it's full of kids. The trouble is with COD, it's always been like a very small map, PvP, and I'm not very good at PvP. I'm not quick enough. I've always been more of like, I did used to play PvP when I was in a clan. Did you know that I used to be in a clan? God, I sound like that old person, and did you know that I used to be in a clan? What was cool about that is the communication. Like, we used to turn lobbies around. We used to, spend all night there. The Battlefield has always been the bigger playgrounds. That sort of like, all the tanks and stuff. Whereas COD is like a little. The only thing good about COD is I don't know that person. Sophie Snams. That's cool. I take it she's a streamer, is she? And she's obviously quite hot, is she? That's cool. That's fair enough. But yeah, so it will be. But no, looking forward to Tales of the Shire. I'm hoping that bring it back to Tales of the Shire. That game has the potential to be really quite a lovely little game in the Shire, and I should be watching the Cozy. Is it Cozy Cat UK, something like that? Um, I shall definitely be watching that. She's a solid player, is she? Oh, okay. Oh, want to go around to the right, actually. So people are saying that there's been a few glitches with this new update, but I haven't seen any. Like there's problems with the some of the vehicles just spinning out in the sky. I've had none of that problem. Yeah, Cozy Cat Gaming UK. So if you do like your cozy games, head on over to Cozy Cat UK, and covering all the latest cozy games. But yeah. But no, it's going to be a hot one today. Actually, it's not too bad at the moment. Oh, is it Cozy Cat Gaming UK? My bad. So 7 people watching. So yeah, you can now turn. So you can put the handbrake on, and you can hold down circle, and you can now turn off the vehicle, which is quite nice. It's quite quiet. Just listen to the birds. I've taken my driver out of the cab because he had no animation, and it literally looked like he was dead, and it was freaking me out. I don't know why. I just took him out. I was like, no. So yeah, sadly, Roadcraft coming off the back of SnowRunner. Bit of a poor job, to be honest. But SnowRunner is still king in my eyes, really. This game is good, and I'm not sorry that I've picked it up. But it's a sort of game that I'll pick up for a couple of hours, and then put down again. I'm still on the map Sunken, and it's just so long. Like I don't genuinely. If they bring out DLC for this game, I don't think it will sell that well. Like, to think that SnowRunner spanned 5 years, that's incredible. Like, and I bought probably 95% of the seasons, albeit just the last couple of seasons. I wanna love you, PNG. What up, PNG? I hope you're well. Welcome in. I'm gonna be streaming for probably another quarter of an hour or so, I would have thought. And then yeah, got burned out just because of the grind. Yeah, it's a lot of repetitive. I know, like, I know you could say SnowRunner is really repetitive, but the thing is, it has, and we said it, earlier in the stream, it has a lot of zen, just taking that big truck over the, over the pass and delivering, and, but this has a lot of back and forth. Like, how many times have I brought this bloody sand down to the... But no, I'm looking forward to Ready or Not, a Tuesday. It'll be great to have a new game to play. But see, that's the other thing. See, I've been looking at Snake Metal Gear. They want like 70 quid for that game, and I'm just like, holy shit! It is all money, Fat Cat. We were talking about money earlier. It's just so much money. Right, I'm gonna run that straight over there if I can. Go on, sunshine. There you go. Right, something like that, I think. What's that? Just watched your video on dreadful game, The American Nightmare. Sorry, dream. I also watched your video on that PNG, and I thought it best I not comment because I think like I said, you really like it, and there's a lot of people that do like the game, but I can't cover it. I just can't. I am. I'm also with and that's completely fine. The thing is that we all like different things, and it's good that we have all these games to choose from. So, not knocking it in any way, but I couldn't resonate with it. Even though I do Trucking Tuesdays, I just won't cover it because I can't stand it. But there's going to be people out there that can't stand, I don't know, like the new truck driver or whatever. It's we all like, it's Marmite, isn't it? Some people like it and some people don't. Had 20 updates and still a pile of shite. Yeah, I have no desire to go back to it, really. Don't worry, PMG. Fat Cat likes Mind's Eye. Do you? Yeah, I also watched your video on that, actually, PMG. You're saying about the. I haven't got to heading north yet. I haven't quite got there. I'm trying to unlock some of the RNG, which is Fat Cat very kindly told me about. But yeah, it was interesting because it's really quite sparse, the map, and you were saying that the oh, sorry for that. No, don't pile of shite, Mind's Eye. I know. There's a lot of people excited about that game, Kings. But yeah, no, all good, all good. And this is the thing, like, we're all excited for Ready or Not, but it might be terrible. Like, I don't know. It might be. But I took a punt on it, and I think the thing is with truck games, I think, even despite you can't get out the truck, and even that you can't do the cables, SCS software, with I go back to it on my Steam Deck, and it's a cracking game. It's they do everything really well on it. Really, I did actually hear that. Let me just turn it off a second. I did actually hear that forgive me. ETS was trialing getting out of the truck. I seen something on that, and they're trialing a get out of the truck mode. So I think it is coming. It is something that they want to implement in ETS. Right. So how are we doing? Yeah. I also remember what I seen your video on that, and I think that's a fair point. To be fair, it's more arcadey. It's like I've always said. Like, I think if you roll all the truck games into one, you'll get a decent game. If you roll them all into one, but they'll get there. I'm a big advocate of, like, We've never had so many truck games. We've got various different companies out there doing it, and you know, and each one will raise their own bar. You know, I just hope they take their time with the Australian one. Like, just take your time with it. I don't care if it comes out, you know, in the fall of 2026. Just take your time. You know, they've been working on getting out of truck for a long time. So I was right in seeing it then. Hold on a second. Keep getting it. Oh, so because I've got American Truck as well. So is it on American Truck already, Fat Cat, or because I haven't seen it. Or is it still very much like a closed beta type thing, and they're just just sorting it out? But yeah, I think it could be interesting. But you know, all these truck games is really good because if there was just one truck game, just one, then they wouldn't be pushed to do. They wouldn't be pushed to the limit, you know. But because there's several doing it now, you know, that they've all got to improve, you know. I played back beta a while back where you could get out. Okay. Played any more of that retro Greek stuff? I haven't seen that yet. Is it quite good? I did see it, Fat Cat, and I was like, oh, is that not just another? Is it not just another rehash of like the same old thing? Because it just like will change the assets and, you know, I don't know. Right, I think we're getting there now, slowly. But a cheeky little stream. I've not done a live stream in over a week. I haven't been on live for a while. It's another shop game, but Nostra have made it a bit more interesting. Oh, check it out. I'll check it out. I think I sort of platinumed the little car collector. I quite liked it, and my shop was looking really good. And I certainly get that there's a you know, it's like that recycle centre. You know, again, there was something quite zen about it. You know, so I certainly get the attraction of those games. To be fair, the recycle one was completely different because it wasn't a shop, was it? That was the fun part of the recycle one. They're doing, hold on, car collecting shop simulator with all the same mechanics of retro one. So all the same, really. Yeah. That's my worry, is the fact that they're all very similar, you know. And that, you know, I wouldn't buy Sex Shop Simulator because it's just another, you know. Right, I wonder if I can do this in one sort of swoop, give or take. Cool, that's deep. Stone the Crows, that's a bit deep. $800 discs to collect. Right, how are we doing? Are we near a quarry this side? No, it's all over here. See, this sand quarry. I get why they've got sand falling in from the air, because there's just so much you've got to go back for. So back we go. I think we'll do one more. We'll lever this one out, and then we'll call it a day. So we'll go on back. It's the theme, really. Oh, okay. So, oh, it's the theme as geek. Oh, that's interesting. Do you know? Oh, you live up in Brum, didn't you, Fat Cat? So, oh, you need to go there. I'll put it up in Discord. Let me just turn this off a second, so I'm not talking over. So, where I used to live in Sheldon Road, I think it's called. That's not me. That's a crane. In Sheldon, near Kitts Green, there is I forget what it's called now. It was just down the road to me, and it's a retro gaming shop there, and they've got every retro game and console, and they've even got they've got all sorts in there, so like figurines and stuff like that. Anyway, it's not far from you, and if you haven't been, you should definitely go. It's got, yeah, okay. I'll put it in. I'll put it up in the Discord later. But it's a cool shop, and if you just want to, just go somewhere and have a browse, like it's not in town, so you haven't got to go into the city. So you can easily get there. It's the I don't know if you get buses everywhere. You can catch the 14 there. You can catch the 97, the 17. I know the bus routes. Yeah, there's a couple in the city, but this one I'm going to say is the best one in Brum. And he's a lovely guy in there as well, like really lovely. So if you're looking just somewhere to sort of wander out and go for an afternoon, I'm sure your good lady will love it as well, because there's all sorts of things in there. But yeah, I'll pop it in the Discord later. So this is our final trip with Sam. I need to go to hell, yeah? What do you mean, hell? Need to go to hell? I do love Birmingham. I have a massive soft spot for Birmingham. In fact, I'm coming up to Birmingham probably later this year when it's not quite as hot, and I'm coming up for another tattoo. I've got an idea for a tattoo, so the only person that's ever tattooed me is in Birmingham, so I'll be coming up to Birmingham. No, it was hell yeah. I'll not go there. Hell yeah. Again, tattoos are so expensive. So I've never asked this question, so who in the room has got tattoos? Like, PMG, have you got tattoos? Fat Cat, have you got tattoos? Keys? Jamie? Right, so what I might think to do is there's not a lot of sand in there, so we'll drive over and throw this down on that other side. Keezer has tattoos, PMG has one, that's cool. Yeah, I've got tats, everyone's got tattoos, cool. Right, quickly close that, and right, if I can get over that a second. Go on, up you go, come on, you're a track, you'll be fine. Fine, we'll come in another way. There we go, something like that. Only got 3. That 3 is pretty cool, isn't it? I sort of don't know how to count mine anymore, because I've got, on my left arm, I've got 32 crows that all spin around my arm, and they go up through a burning phoenix, and then they come out white. And on the top, I've got like a moon with a mohawk, like a mohawk moon. So I don't know how to count the tattoos anymore because they're just sort of like a sleeve. And then on my right arm, I've got a wildcat with in a tempest of flowers. Yeah, she did a really good job, to be fair. Right, now we're just going to go and straighten this out. My wife has 2 entire sleeves, her back and her legs and her feet. Oh my god! That's pretty hardcore, isn't it? What did PNG say? Mine's supposed to be a scorpion. It's like a lobster. Oh dear, it's good to laugh, isn't it? Life is too serious, and it's good to laugh. Keys has got a Grim Reaper on one arm, crossed with beg your pardon, Rest in Peace 2-pack on the other. Wow, Keys, I bet that's impressive. So I take it, Fat Cat, that your good lady is a Brummie, and you moved up there to be with her. Is that right? Like, is she a Brummie? Thankfully, it's on my upper arm, so t-shirts for life. Yeah, laughter is the best medicine. Oh, the world's too serious out there, you know. And so they said they've reduced the rain. That's quite poignant. And I think the rain has got heavier. But maybe the consistent. I tell you what, that does look good, doesn't it? You know, we've argued about some rain in the games and stuff, you know. Let's knock that off a second. Listen to that. That's really nice. In my headphones, that is amazing. Let's go through the chat. Laughter is a better. She's not a Brummie, no. She's a homegrown JA. Homegrown JA. I don't know what that is. Because you're an Essex boy, aren't you? You're proper like Essex. That rain is lush. But yeah, that's pretty heavy. But see, unlike Truck Driver, so that looks pretty heavy, right? It's got some white to it, and it's you know, it's pretty heavy. But when you go inside here, see, when you're driving, I'm just gonna lift this up a second. I just want it in yeah, that mode. So when you're driving, it doesn't really white out like it does on Truck Driver, and they urgently need. That seems a bit more realistic, you know. It's a little bit too white. Like, it doesn't look like that when you look outside, but it's a lot better than Truck Driver. So that is pretty much the end of the stream. Let's just catch up on some chat. So JA, what's JA mean then? I'm an Essex boy, born and bred. I've woke up sweating, can't wait for the heat to end. Bless you, PNG. I've got a fan here and I'm going to shut the PlayStation off now. Can't do nothing in this heat, I know. But yeah, but no, my ex was a Brummie, born and bred. And that's why I ended up in Birmingham for 10 years. And it was really cool. It ended up being, you know, sometimes things happen for the right reasons, you know. Jamaican. Ah, she's Jamaican. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I see it now, Fat Cat. Sorry. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you. Don't forget, we've got the main event coming up at 11 o'clock. We have got the Fat Cat Caravan. I don't know if he's streaming, but possibly at 11 o'clock. But guys, thank you for stopping in. Do check out all the channels in the chat. We've got PMG Gaming, who covers pretty much gaming. He covers pretty much gaming. Got Keys also does a little bit. Mr. Jamie Rocks also has a channel, and he covers a lot of trucking and various things. And of course, Fat Cat Caravan doing well, all sorts of things really, simulation games and adventure games and Bethesda games and all that kind of stuff, you know. So do check out the channels in the chat if you're looking for some more content. But that's it from me. I will see you on the next one. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. All right, all the best. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you.